Hello EU4 players, this is AlzaboHD, and in today's video we are going to look at the top 10 nations with the strongest missions in the entire game. These mission trees grant you the toolset to propel your campaign to the next level, providing your state with guaranteed bonuses, permanent modifiers, personal unions, claims, gains, cores, and more. While the recently released 1.30 Emperor update has overhauled Europe with a vast addition of newly improved mission trees, this list's top tier and arguably overpowered missions encompass all regions and continents of the world map. And on the topic of tier lists and steamrolling your opposition, this video is sponsored by World of Tanks. If you're interested in competitive multiplayer gaming, free-to-play team tactical warfare, and of course tanks, World of Tanks is perfect for you. There's light tanks, heavy tanks, artillery tanks, and tanks for every family occasion. I've been playing the game casually for the past few years, and it's a fast-paced game that's perfect to pick up and play. If you are new to World of Tanks, you can benefit from a special offer that grants you the T127 tank, 500 gold currency, and 7 days of premium for absolutely free. If you'd like to support the channel and give World of Tanks a try, check out the invite link in the description of this video and be sure to use the in-game code TANKTASTIC for even more rewards. A special thanks to Wargaming for sponsoring this video, and now it's time to roll out and return to 1444. Starting off our list at number 10 are the Oirat, Mongolian, and Eurasian Horde mission trees. Whether you're looking to restore the empire of Genghis Khan, or if you're looking to unleash the power of the Horde, these missions are at the top of their class for players interested in horsing around. The missions of the Mongolian successor states boast an overwhelming amount of free claims, granting your Horde access to free real estate across all of Asia, excluding India and Indochina, and a substantial amount of permanent claims in Central and Eastern Europe. If you're able to unlock the entire tree, you also gain access to permanent modifiers that last your entire campaign. These include a sizable -3 unrest to all of your provinces, +1 tolerance of the true faith, +1 yearly prestige, and a combined -15% modifier to both stability costs and provincial war score costs for all of your wars of conquest. Other interesting bonuses include more than 700 free monarch power across all 3 categories, and the ability to convert to Buddhism after liberating Tibet. The Oirat are a prime candidate to reform the Yuan dynasty, and if you're for the Horde, you can further benefit from 4 unique achievements in Iron Man mode, though you will have to have the patience to finish your campaign. Let's be honest, that's the most difficult achievement in the entire game. Next up on our list are the newly released missions of the Crusader states, a surprisingly underappreciated and underrated set from the 1.30 update. If you're looking to play Jerusalem, Athens, Cyprus, Epirus, Naxos, or the Knights, God wills that you press your claim. And speaking of claims, the Crusader states get more than they'd possibly need, with free reign over all of the Balkans, all of Asia Minor, full cores in all of the Levant, and claims over North Africa, granting them territory roughly equivalent to half of the Roman Empire over the course of a campaign. Keeping with the Crusader King theme, these states also receive a litany of permanent bonuses, including the ability to increase the lifespan of your ruler by 15%, reducing your missionary costs by 25%, a static +1 yearly papal influence modifier, and holy ship, a rather unusual +10% naval morale and +15% trade ship power propagation bonus. If you're looking to vacation with the Barefoot Boys in the Near East, you can also obtain the King of Jerusalem and Good King Rene achievement after forming the titular Levantine Kingdom in Iron Man mode. But before you go and crusade with an obscure state, you should consider starting off as Provence, a strong state in the French region that has further access to powerful missions before forming Jerusalem. And Provence is no mere province, sporting a newly designed and unorthodox mission tree that will have you asking why they have acclaimed the Hungarian throne. But I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, the Provençal missions offer Provence claims to all of France, southern Italy, most of the Mediterranean islands, and portions of the Balkans, making them an ideal complement to Jerusalem's missions that can grant the player claims to the other half of Europe. In addition to starting with their union over Lorraine, Provence can also gain easy access to PUs over Aragon, Naples, and Hungary, a surprising amount for a regional power. Their permanent mission bonuses include a +1 yearly prestige gain and a -20% diplomatic integration reduction modifier that lasts your entire campaign. As you might expect, you can stack and pair these bonuses with the Crusader mission modifiers when you go on to form Jerusalem, bestowing your state an unparalleled amount of statistical advantages. If you're interested in a guide to forming Jerusalem, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to include any future videos in a card at the top right of your screen. Charging in at number 7 are the Winged Hussars, proclaiming the Lithuanian Commonwealth to possess one of the best mission trees in all of Europe. But you'll have to skip Poland, as benefiting from the most missions in this region is only possible by starting as Lithuania and going on to form the Commonwealth the unorthodox way. When taking into account both Lithuania and Commonwealth mission trees, you'll unlock the ability to enforce a personal union over Bohemia, Hungary, and Muscovy, arguably most useless subject in the entire game. They seem to only hire infantry, are worthless in wars, but they can colonize Siberia for you when they aren't thousands of ducats in debt. Forming the Commonwealth as Lithuania has the added bonus of providing even more permanent modifiers, with highlights including a rare +10% modifier to governing capacity, the ability to create a center of trade in the Black Sea, and more than a dozen development modifiers and permanent development increases throughout the entire country. If you are interested in a Lithuanian Commonwealth campaign, you can further obtain the Uncommonwealth and Grand Duchy achievements when playing in Iron Man mode. Sweeping up the list at number 6 is the mission tree of the recently reworked formable nation of Bavaria. If you are up to the mild challenge of forming the nation and have the Emperor DLC, you'll have access to arguably the strongest mission tree in the entire Holy Roman Empire. Forming and consolidating this beer-ridden region enables you to enforce personal unions on 2 imperial electors, the Palatinate and Brandenburg. If you are feeling frisky, you can also try your luck at enforcing a PU over Austria itself, the most powerful PU Bavaria can obtain in a normal campaign. But that's not all. If you form Bavaria today, you'll also unlock their permanent modifiers. These include the unique ability to create a center of trade in your capital, which can be moved anywhere in the world, a further -10% development cost and +20% production modifier in that capital, and +1.5 yearly prestige and +1 diplomatic reputation. Starting as Bavaria and unlocking these PUs and modifiers is highly recommended for a Germany campaign. There are over 6 achievements to unlock by starting as a Bavarian minor nation, and that's not even including one of the hardest new achievements in the game, Stern des Südens. If you're hungry for even more overpowered missions, Magyar, I propose to you Hungary, an underdog nation with a mission tree that rivals those of so-called top-tier nations. Along with their starting personal union over Croatia, Hungary further benefits from PU subjugation CBs over Poland, Bohemia, Austria, Naples, and potentially Lithuania via their mission tree. They also receive claims over the entire Balkan region, along with most of Central and Central Eastern Europe. As you unlock access to more of their missions, you can further benefit from a permanent +1 diplomat, +1 diplomatic relations slot, +0.5 yearly legitimacy, -15% diplomatic integration cost, and even the ability to force your way into the HRE and become an empire after subjugating Bohemia. If you're looking to improve the gene pool of early modern Europe, you can even overtake the Habsburg dynasty and liberate Austria of their inbred kings and queens, granting you the Take That von Habsburg's achievement when playing in Iron Man mode. Do you enjoy playing outside of Europe and min-maxing your campaign? If so, the Mughal Empire and their respective mission tree will have you crunching your numbers and minimizing your administrative expenses. Formable by the Timurids or any of their other Iranian-cultured subject states, the Mughal Empire's mission tree offers players claims over almost all of Asia. Over the course of your campaign, you can benefit from a further 2,500 ducats, 250 monarch power, a legendary general, 6 development to your capital region, and 5 mercantilism, and that's not including their permanent modifiers. These include a -10% construction cost and development cost modifier in your capital region, a +0.5% yearly legitimacy modifier, and an unprecedented +10% admin efficiency modifier that is contingent upon releasing the subject state of Deccan. This is the single highest admin efficiency modifier in the entire game, and it's permanent, meaning that you can stack administrative ideas and absolutism to conquer, core, and assimilate the entire world for almost 0 administrative monarch power. If you're interested in playing this overpowered monstrosity in Iron Man mode, you can obtain this Sweet Home Karakorum and True Heir of Timur achievements, though the latter one is widely considered one of the hardest to obtain in-game. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition, but I'm sure almost everyone expected Spain to make an appearance on this list at number 3. To start things off, Spanish missions grant claims on all of South America, all of Mesoamerica, and most of North America, making them a top pick for players who enjoy pilfering indigenous resources and destabilizing continents for centuries to come. And on the topic of Caribbean booty, Spanish missions funnel the player buckets of ducats, 600 monarch power across all categories, 2 strong conquistadors, plus 2 mercantilism, and 50 imperial authority after they've usurped the title of HRE Emperor. Spain's PU game is also strong, granting them a subjugation CB that allows them to enforce a PU over Portugal, Austria, and England or Great Britain, all of which are major powers and tremendously useful subjects. If you're in the market for even more bonuses and looking for a challenge, you could start your Spanish campaign as Navarra to profit from their mission tree modifiers and French personal union before forming Spain. If you're up for it, I invite you to check out the Navarra guide at the top right of your screen for a step-by-step look on how to do this. Spain has 4 further achievements to unlock in Iron Man mode, and their campaign is an excellent pick for beginner players of EU4. If you enjoy driving horses and loathe the ideas of walled fortifications, the Qing Dynasty at number 2 on our list has the perfect mission tree for you. The strongest asset that Qing Dynasty brings to the table is an automatic core on all Chinese provinces, and I'm not talking about claims. That's right, with the Qing mission tree you can get more than 1,100 development on cores in the richest region of the game with almost next to no aggressive expansion penalties and 0 unjustified demands. Getting to this point though is complicated, and requires that Ming no longer exists, which is easy enough to accomplish by declaring war on them after they pass a reform, stack wiping their armies, occupying their capital, and tanking their mandate. Once their mandate is low enough, separatist rebels will rise up all across China, splintering the nation substantially and potentially resulting in their dissolution and your complimentary access to thousands of development worth of cheap cores. But not everything in China is cheap or falls apart immediately. Unlocking the various Qing missions also grants 700 monarch power across all 3 categories, and offers excellent permanent yearly imperial mandate growth, a substantial -2 years of separatism in all of your provinces, bonuses to institutions, and a +1 tolerance of the true faith. If you're looking for a fun and challenging campaign as the King of the Qing, you can further obtain the Manchurian Candidate and Qing of China achievements via Iron Man mode. At long last, we've made it to the top of our list, and the Austrian Qin Dynasty takes the crown with the most powerful mission tree in all of EU4. Coincidentally, it is also the longest mission tree with 45 unlockable paths to carry you through your campaign. It's great to be Emperor, and Austria grants players claims on almost all of Central and Eastern Europe, all of China, and most of coastal India and Southeast Asia. If you've ever wanted to master the art of marrying your cousins, Austria provides the easiest way to obtain PUs in the entire game. The Habsburg mission line grants PUs over Bohemia, Hungary, Milan, Poland, and often even Lithuania, discounting the usual PU over Spain via event. To make them even more overpowered, Austrian missions contain over 2 pages of permanent modifiers for your nation, including a massive +5% admin efficiency, +2 missionary strength, +1 diplomatic reputation, and yearly imperial authority and absolutism gain. To add to their permanent prowess is an additional +1 merchant, +5% global trade power, +25% colonial range, and +1 yearly papal influence modifier. It is an understatement to say that Austria is overpowered in the current 1.30 update. Though many of their speed revoke strategies have been nerfed and fixed, it's still possible to use them to unite the HRE faster than anyone else. Iron Man players can further unlock 3 unique achievements, one of which has you complete the entire mission tree. If you're interested in top strategies and a recommended start for this nation, I humbly invite you to check out the Austria is OP guide in the card at the top right of your screen. That concludes our list of most powerful missions in EU4. If you've made it this far, I'd like to extend a warm thank you for supporting the channel and my boss, the AI YouTube algorithm. If you like the content and want more, I humbly ask of you to improve relations with the like button, fabricate a claim on the subscription box, and enforce a personal union on the bell notification. A special thanks as well to World of Tanks for sponsoring this video, and if you're interested in checking it out, feel free to download it and the link in the description box below. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.